So, Pizza Pie Overlord wrote a kinda odd, but an interesting request to react to my own Michael Rosen storyline YTPs and provide commentary. So I guess it's like a developer commentary, like in Source games, you know, but for YTP. And I mean, Tokidoki supported it, and yeah, the idea kinda grew on me, you know. Who doesn't like talking about themselves, eh? Yeah, I can speak about my modesty for hours. Yeah, they are quite good, still getting views. And even got noticed by Chicken Pika and stuff. Yeah, so starting from Michael Rosen with some anime characters. Made all the way 8 years ago. Yeah. No, that's just kinda my style mostly. Just taking two things that I think would work nicely together and joining them. And like sometimes I just think, oh man, these two scenes from these two different things just work nicely together. And then I build an entire YTP around that. Well, happens. We're only human. Yeah, well, the way back then, no HD Rosen sources.
Once I was looking at the planes in London Airport. Look at that. Then, suddenly, the aeroplane took off too low towards me, and I stuck on its wheel. The aeroplane took off and flew into the air, and all the people heard something as they were standing there. Get me down, get me down. I've been up here.
Yes, and back then I couldn't even render anything in 1080.
For 3 weeks! I couldn't hold anymore and fell down. Boom! I got up and then started looking all round, looking all hoping. And then suddenly I noticed a girl going down.
Yes, of course, Nichijou. Very good anime, you know, and back then it didn't have a dub, English dub. Now it does. So that kind of opens up new possibilities. But back then there was just the Japanese dub, and the original. But it kind of works since, you know, like in like creating a language barrier.
Down the street.
Also, Nichijou is a very good anime. I recommend everyone watches it. Quite good. A shame there is no second season. Instead, the studio went on to make Kobayashi Dragon Maid, with very unpleasant things done with child characters. Oh, that one thing got 2 seasons. Yeah, gotta spread that. And that thing also got the English dub right away. Like who looks at like all those harassments in Dragon Maid and goes, oh, we need to dub this. This will sell. I mean, yeah, it is. It will sell because there are a lot of degenerates who like seeing child characters in situations like in Dragon Maid. But
Hello! Could you please tell me what is this place? Oh no.
I just left unedited. In the original, it's well, I tried to keep it like actually relevant to the story, because like in that scene she just you know this, if you know, haven't seen Nichijou, this is a robot girl obviously, but she wants to be a real girl, human girl, you know, and despite the key, she just always makes up excuses like, oh, that it just got stuck to my back, then she'll oh no, actually I lied, it's just an accessory. That's what she says here, like, oh no, I'm an ordinary girl, that's just like actually can hear accessory, it says. So yeah, like the idea is that she doesn't understand Michael, but just tries to hide the fact that she's a robot.
Oh no. I can't understand you. Suddenly, girl's hand fell off and I see the machine gun.
Yeah, she does have that. Her inventor just keeps putting weird things in her without her knowledge.
Robot, oh my god!
Yeah, also in the anime, in the canon, it's the gun was not loaded with bullet. It was just beans, and she shot at her inventor, who deserved it. She's such a brat. Stand in the
I
corner.
will stop Skynet.
Yes, back then I was really into multiplayer games and Team Fortress 2, you know. And it's funny because I really like Team Fortress 2 even before playing it. I just like the characters and the spy. You know, I actually actually I know a few knife tricks. This is actually a removed animation of how Spy was supposed to open his knife. You can see it in a trailer like this. Yeah. And I even can do the I'll try. Like I know I can because I've done this before. The cool, the one from the very end. You know when Spy sneaks up on Soldier and Heavy, something like that. He he's he does it a lot like smoother because it's an animation. Ah. Don't worry. Actually, it's not a real knife. It's special for just for doing tricks. Oh come on! I did it the first time. Need to do it right. Ah. There. That back then I actually had a real knife to do tricks on. I just put electrical tape on the blade. I did cut myself a little bit. I once like was flipping it and it kind of like stabbed me in the just like in the hand like oh! I like I was very stupid because I wasn't sitting like this and wasn't vertical. I was laying on my bed with my hand off the bed and doing the tricks. And it's just like kind of like uh-oh. Yeah, but it was a tiny bit. And yeah, as I main spy, like spy is literally the only class I've played because you know, like I said, I was a really really liked Team Fortress 2, even though I couldn't play it because I didn't have internet. Then I played it a lot, and you know other multiplayer games. Though my PC was very weak and internet wasn't very good. Now I have good PC, fast internet, but I actually prefer just single player games with good plot or good gameplay. Doom Eternal, Yappy Psycho. Man, I love Yappy Psycho. It's such a good plot. Severed Steel. You know, games. Single player games. Or something like so addictive like Satisfactory Dyson Sphere Project. And now I'm getting into Factorio as well. You know, it took me a while. Because my sister is into Factorio and she was like, come on, you get to do it. I'm like, nah, I'm trying like I didn't realize right away that you can put 2 rows of objects on a belt, conveyor belt. But anyway, yeah, Team Fortress 2 Selector Sapphire.
Girl fell over and shut down. Ha! Once again, the world is safe.
Although now kind of like it's a YTP, but yeah, in continuity to actually kill her because this one actually breaks it. Maybe I should have replaced it with like rewind. Yeah, well, I think Nano can withstand it. She's actually very durable,
But,
being a robot.
and this is a big but, I still have no idea where am I.
Yes, back then I was trying to make this kind of font with like green text with black outline and green shadow to be my thing, you know. That's like because I like green color and I like the combination of green and black. I think they combine nicely.
So I start going down the street.
Yeah, this is from 8 years ago. Very cheap, very cheap. No, disassembling, resampling not disabled. The mask, the mask, like it moves along, but doesn't really, not very properly made.
It was then I noticed a crying little girl and a black cat. They were
Yeah, that's all still from Nichijou. A very funny scene too.
trapped between two dogs, and I thought, I will save them. So I ate the dogs.
That's kind of why I wanted to do this. Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of had to remake it because that would be too kind of state at later somewhere, I don't remember, state that he didn't eat the dogs but just bit them and they run away, because that would be too dark to have him actually kill and eat alive those dogs. But I think this dark joke works really well. That's kind of why I think that's what started the whole YTP, because I thought, oh, like, eat the dogs and here there are dogs. Like, so a crazy solution to save a child from dogs. And quite proud of how well the dog whines work.
Got it. Oh, in the mouth. It was lovely. Dig in.
Like this play that it's supposed to be him actually biting down a dog and it starts whining louder.
You realize that image will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yes, at the time I also really liked Father Ted. I used to watch it at school on breaks on my phone. Watched Father Ted, watched Monty Python, Flying Circus, and The Holy Grail, but not Life of Brian. For some reason, I don't know. Watched Benny Hill show. Yeah, I just didn't have, or YTPs. I carried YTPs on my phone, not having internet, so I just downloaded everything to my phone. It was so small, I think I have it with me. It was a Samsung Galaxy Ace, which is like kind of crazy because it was like so small, such small screen that now it can barely fit, Yeah. Hard to believe that I was able to use such a small phone. It was my first smartphone, not like some cheap. It also the first phone that was tried to be stolen from me in the school. I didn't have any much friends any school. Those I had betrayed me. I was bullied a lot. Yeah. It wasn't a good time for me. But yeah, that's Father Ted I was watching at the moment, and that's why I put it in. Quite proud of this reference to Father Ted. Obscure.
That was the mistake. Eating dogs in front of that little girl. So now she's traumatized for all her life. Yeah. I know. I will tell her one of my poems to cheer her up. We're going on a bear hunt. We go.
Such poor masking.
Gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared.
Yeah, imagine her, some weird foreign man runs up, eats dogs in front of her, then starts doing weird chants that she cannot understand.
Uh-oh. Grass. Long wavy grass. Please don't cry. It was then I noticed something. There was a man with a big cross running towards me. He stops. Suddenly he screamed.
Yes, that's a bit hard to see, but yeah, that's for a Trigun reference. This guy has a big. Maybe I should have put a better way, because well, it's because you can't really see the cross. It's like a cross, but in the shorter parts he has a bunch of guns hidden. Yeah, I like Trigun at the moment as well. Kind of what the first anime I watched Trigun. No, well, no. Technically, the first anime I watched is Superbook, the Christian anime, because I had that on VHS when I was like, I don't know, 2, 3. Like I remember I always had it and always watched on VHS. Yeah, but this is like I watched back then already as a teen. You know, it's in a. I watched it purposely, you know, like oh yeah, gonna watch this anime. I know it's.
I won't let any more children suffer!
And I ran away really fast. Uh-oh.
A river. Yeah, quite proud of him just like running to the river, and that's.
And 3 girls. They were sitting around a table, and one of them was coughing really hard.
Yeah, because maybe I should have included the river, because in this moment they were camping near the river. It's a funny episode, like any Nichijou, because they couldn't catch any caught the fish, but let it go, and they kind of lost all the food, and like she had her own fast food, but the two of them had to share instant noodles, and she just choked and started coughing into the noodles. So like now Mia couldn't eat it anymore, so that's why she beats her up later. But you know, you need to know the anime to watch it to know it, but the dogs were hers. Those are hers dogs. Mice, the long-haired girl.
Slap!
Slap on the back. Slap the choking.
むせちゃった。
Please.
Yeah, she beats her up for coughing in the noodles, if it wasn't clear for those who don't know the anime.
Stop going mad.
おりゃやっぱり気づくまで
She somehow knows that it was him who ate her
取
dogs.
るのはやめよう。
That was a puzzle to me.
But like I kinda what's the retconned it that the dogs are alive, because that would be very nice to kill dogs.
I shouted out, how'd you know it was me?
Yes, and this is a plot hole from nostalgia critics movies, like what To Boldly Flee, something like where there is a plot hole appears and he must go in there, where he tried to abandon the nostalgia critic character. Yeah, I watched those two, Kikasia and Boldly Flee, or the funny movies.
Oh.
Amateur movies.
Oh.
Yes, and this is a reference to that. Yeah. Bane fails at life. A YTP by Lego Jake, one of the YouTubers who inspired me. And what I like about his YTPs, they are kind of clean, more or less. And this is the moment that I'm referencing.
I hate this channel.
No! No!
Inflation channel. Yeah, but that's what it's referencing, as you can see, from the head and plates, and then the stomach. Yeah, and there was a part 2 just a year later, and that's for the birthday collab, and I'm quite proud of the name. Like, the first one was Michael Rosen with some anime characters, some more. I was hoping to one day maybe make a collab like meets even more anime characters.
Right, as you know, last time I was shut in my head by a Japanese school girl. Do you know, people say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, it's because I'm Michael freaking Rosen, and only thing that happened was I got a rotten headache.
Yeah, that's Michael is very badass in my YTP. I mean, my YTPs can like fight, stay super powerful, can take out like whole groups of people, and also can survive shotguns point blank to the head.
Ha!
Only gives him a headache, but you know, that's nothing.
Killing me is cruel. Killing me is murder. You can't kill me. I'm the Michael freaking Rosen. But, and this is a big but, I want to go home to London, so I think I will get out the same way I got in. So now
They're
I
still
go
in
and
Japan.
look for an airport.
Yeah, this is rather silly transition, but it's like I didn't even put Michael's face on it, but it's supposed to be him walking to the
It was
airport.
then I noticed a girl in a rather strange outfit. Actually, she was almost naked.
Yeah, and back then I really hated Kill la Kill. Well, actually, I still do. Okay, it's just fan service. I only watched 6 episodes because I wanted to make a YTP of it. I made several YTPs of it. Quite proud of them, actually. Maybe I'll add them later as well. Talk about them because I'm quite proud of how they turned out. But I didn't finish them because I just hate it because the the biggest thing I hate about this anime is that it's not just all trash, you know, like fan service. Because there are good parts, you know. The beginning of the first episode, before the fan service starts, that's the part that I just freaking like. Everything was over the top, cool fights, you know. But then she just gets the outfits, and now she just pushes her ass and boobs in the screen all the time. That's disappointed. I had like 3 days long arguments with people on different forums about why this anime is bad. They're like, oh, but there was so much effort put into this. They tried so hard, you know. They made it so long for so long time. Yeah, well, if you spent a long time making something bad, it still stays bad, you know. Like I spent a long time in the toilet, you know, but still, nothing good comes out, you know. Even though I put in much time and effort, same with anime, you know, into like, good stuff, not just fan service trash.
I don't believe it. I really don't. Do you even know what shame is? Don't you talk like that. I'm a lot older than you.
Actually, the dialogue doesn't make sense here. Like, actually, if you use the subtitles, I just wanted to make her look angry at Michael.
Right. If you yell at me once more, I will.
It's stolen from Clean collab, Clean Rosen collab. Yeah, Cyril K. They really like that one entry about it. Brian Fury was walking home. No, if you say one more thing, I will murder you. I mean, beat you up or something like that. And now the quiet game begins. It's just like some Eastern music playing while there's like had to be sped up. Yeah, I like Clean Rosen collab carried on my phone back then. I didn't like swear words that much back then, but now I'm an adult. I can swear all I want, but I won't. I don't like swearing. Though recently I started swearing at people, or you know, the war kinda changed that, and the people who I kinda considered from my friends from a certain country said stupid things about like the territory, so I swore at them. Well, not like yelled swore, but like, you are a very stupid person. But a swear word, you know. Not the medical term for Down syndrome, but swear word. Russian swear is kind of complicated. You can use the same word, kind of the same sounding word, like the same base of a word, but to describe many weird, many things. Yeah, you know, like you can say like, uh, oh, it would be very rude to say it, so I don't want to delve into that. But maybe I would do it if people would request it enough. But it would be a lot of me swearing, right? And I like swearing.
You, I mean, I shall give you a lesson on how to behave.
This is actually a funny moment. One, I was watching this anime, right, and I'm like watching it, like, stupid fan service, like, will you stop it? And then like this this happens, and the blade like it becomes twice bigger, and I'm like, okay, that's actually kind of interesting. Keep going. But unfortunately, it got dull in fan service after all, and you know I couldn't overlook that for that. And then yeah, I even censored her like under boobs and stuff. I'm quite proud of this joke, you know, because it doesn't involve much editing, but like just Michael like looking unimpressed at her swinging this like giant sword. Yes, God. You know what's weird? I couldn't later when I was making later parts, I wanted to find this blade image because it's not from the anime, it's an image of some photo of this blade made for a cosplay. I couldn't find it anywhere. Of course, Rules of Nature, Metal Gear Rising, it came out kinda at that time. Metal Gear Rising was the first Metal Gear game I played, weirdly enough. Then I moved on to like Metal Gear Solid and stuff. Metal Gear Rising was really cool, you know. I'll be honest, you know, like, listen, I'm from Ukraine, and back then I pirated a lot. Because, you know, as a child, you can't just, you know, first of all, well, no, at first I used to buy a lot of games locally, because I did not have internet to pirate stuff. So I just go like to the market and buy it completely, totally legit looking DVDs filled with 20 games, even though those games had no relation to one another. It was funny that you could find such products like a DVD filled with unlicensed games, probably stolen from a ton of, you know, publishers. Or even funnier, a DVD containing Minecraft, maybe with mods, you know, a free game. It was a free at the time. Well, it didn't include the key. It was just a cracked Minecraft game, or other stuff, you know, like that. I actually showed I have a video where I show a collection of my video games on discs, and none of the discs is legit. I paid money for it, believing that, hey, I'm paying money, you know, it's not like I legit own this thing, but no, it's actually all pirated and just recorded and sold as if it's legit. And like the funny thing is, you could like, yeah, finding that kind of stuff at a market, you know, like I don't know what they call it. Like an open air market, you know, like there's food, there's all kinds of things, like flea market, I guess you call it. But also it was sold, this kind of games was sold even in big shops, like tech shops, you know, like I don't know what, like they sell all kinds of fridges, right? Like it's a huge network of shops. They sell fridges, all kinds of tech, you know, like El Dorado or at the, not a bad, I don't know, but like huge shops, you know, and they sell import stuff from all over the world, and also pirated video games. Yeah. Yeah, man. I remember back then, you know, they didn't have a PC to look around for games, so, and they didn't have really money to buy the games, so I just like go around and look at box art and descriptions on the back. Yeah. maybe play some demos if they were available, man. If demos were available, that's so cool. But demos rarely were available, like, to play in the store. Yeah. Yeah, but why I started talking about this? Yes. And I pirated a lot of games, and I pirated Metal Gear Rising, of course. I played it twice. And then later, when I was grown up, had some money, well, not grown up, but like maybe year and a few, well, when I had money, I bought it again and played another 2 times because it is a good game. The best protection from piracy is just making a good game. Making a game so good that people who pirated it will just want to own it, to buy it. That's what the best protection from piracy is, not some Dinu or whatever trash. We're really proud of the... I mean, I was... It is kind of lazy, I guess, that I did not, like, edit his hand over it, but, with so low quality blue resources, it kind of doesn't work well. But I am proud of the animating, how he throws it around.
I will finish you with a huge rolled up comic.
I guess, looking back, I wasn't very good at editing sounds or anything at all. I should have, like, put more reverb on it, like...
Now, go dress properly.
Yeah, that doesn't work in continuity because, like, then aren't meant to understand each other. But, well, funny. It is kind of just, she dressed like that now.
Good. My work here is done. So now I go and look for an airport again. Not
For an airport, kind of wrong. It should be an airport.
long after, I noticed a girl and a guy.
Yeah, that's from Tokyo Ghoul. Not an anime I recommend. It's like... Nah, but it was popular at the time and I just thought to reference it.
Hacking each other, and I thought, love is beautiful. And suddenly I heard a terrible noise. There was an awful yelling and crying. All her clothes were torn. There was blood on her face and
Because, like, mad eating monsters, and so eating me is cruel, eating me is murder.
screamed. I have never seen anything quite so horrible in all my life.
Yeah, that's kind of a callback. But, like, no, it's not canon. He was just fighting them.
I don't believe it. I
But still kind of holds up that he tried to eat dogs in front of a real child.
really don't. Do we hate each other? No, we don't. No, we don't. No, it... And I dashed out faster than an electronic rabbit. No one's going to put me, I said, into anyone's inside. Because eating me is cruel. Eating me is murder. You can't catch me. I'm the speedy Michael Rosen.
And kind of very poor, not very edited, but I'm proud of, like, making this. That instead of fast food, it's fast Michael Rosen. And now that I think about it, that guy that this monster girl grabbed, he, like, kind of got her blood or organs inside him, and that turned him into a monster like her. And since Michael distracted her, like, the entire Tokyo Ghoul doesn't happen now because Michael saved that guy, that boy. So he prevented Tokyo Ghoul from happening.
Come back here,
Said a horrible girl.
you won't get very far.
And I ran and ran down the street. Who do you think was the first person?
I don't
You
know.
won't get very
Yeah, of course, voicing them with Michael Rosen just high pitched. I think I don't know if it had English dub back then, but I wasn't even planning to use it. Like, I instead just use high pitched Michael Rosen because Michael Rosen is easy to sentence mix for me. Several times I just listened to all of Michael's poems, like all of the gray screen poems. That's why I usually use gray screen and not black, or because I just, like, watched him the entire playlist on loop while like doing some paper crafts to learn the text and to be able to sentence mix easy. I still use the Michael Rosen transcript. That helps a lot.
Very far.
And I ran and ran down the street. Who do you think was
I don't know what happened here. Some
the
mistake.
first person I happened to meet? Seaver's girl was walking home with a Seaver's in her hand. Get out of the way!
Well, I think it shouldn't be A with a scissors. It should be scissors. So just a scissor, because she only have half of the scissors. I don't know how to correct it.
Way! I yelled, I'm the fastest in the land.
Catch that older man.
Horrible girl yelled out. So Seaver's girl turned and gave me a shout.
Hey, older man, you can't run away.
But as I rushed past,
Yeah, she suddenly learned English while he was away.
I just had time to say, cutting me is cruel. Cutting me is murder. You can't cut me. I'm the speedy Michael Rosen. Horrible.
Tiny edit, but I'm proud of it. I'll just replacing eating with cutting and then with shooting, because
Girl, Seaver's girl ran off down the street. And who do you think was the next person I happened to meet? Shotgun girl was loading up the shotgun.
quite proud of this one. Because it's like Lemonade Boy was loading up the Lemonade Man with his shotgun. I'm quite proud of how I sentence mix shotgun and like loading up the shotgun, because it's also a thing that can be loaded. Maybe you shouldn't be loading up, but just loading the shotgun. I don't know. I'm not sure about that language. English isn't my first.
When I rushed past shouting, I'm the fastest in the land.
Catch that older man.
Said horrible girl.
He's trying to run away. We're gonna catch the little...
Seaver's girl began to say.
I'll shoot him.
Said shotgun girl. Just then she heard me shout as I went hurtling past. Shooting me is cruel. Shooting me is murder. You can't shoot me. I'm the speedy Michael Rosen. So horrible girl. Seaver's girl, followed by shotgun girl, ran off up the street shouting,
Older man, ahoy!
and I ran and ran right into an airport.
Stop.
Yeah, this is from the K-On movie, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend the K-On anime as well. You know, people said like, oh, it's just like cute about girls being in a van, but I tried it and it's like the jokes aren't that funny and they aren't that cute. And then it all happened like their first concert ends with one of them falling down and her underwear being exposed. Like she like falls on her knees and like forward with her back to the audience in a skirt, so like everyone sees her underwear, which is apparently white and blue striped. That became a thing in anime because of that, and because of that they became popular. Like their band became popular because of that. So yeah, that's what made me abandon. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's it. I'm not that bad, but still good for a YTP. Also, think I used it because Amadeus liked it, or Mr. Register, some Russian pooper who I was talking to back then.
Right there. Where do you think you're trying to go?
Yeah, speech then Fallout.
I'm just in the English pocket and I want to go.
Fallout New Vegas gotta be best Fallout. I tried playing Fallout the first one. But it's just too old, I get bored of turn-based games fast.
Home to London for free.
All right.
Good.
What is it with my...
The aeroplane took off and flew into the air.
He got it for free thanks to his speech because, he's a poet and a writer, so I imagine his speech stat would be good, so he persuaded to give it to him for free.
Not long after, a few days later.
One thing I would do differently is... sorry. I think I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah, one thing I would do properly is if you do fading in like this with two images overlapping, then one will be semi-transparent at first. So you got to make it full capacity, fully visible, like this. Take a screenshot and then fade that in like the complete image. Then it works well.
Home, sweet home, and everything was lovely once again. Wonderful.
Yeah, back then I didn't even bother to cut out the background. Just like Michael was this square thing.
Piece of paper. What is it?
Yeah, that's actually a thing in Japan. I heard about being from one like YouTuber that lived in London or something, or no, he lived in a different place, but still in England. And it actually was a date here. You can see it a little bit, but I just changed it to today.
Oh no. Not one of those. Not another one of those Japanese. Surely not.
Ahoy!
Yeah, they just showed up to with the festival somehow.
Time to run away. Music, please.
Benny Hill reference, of course. They're quite proud of coming up with this while him like hiding in the phone booth. I'm gonna mute it just to not get copyrighted. Like zip. Yep. Recycling, but still, you know, recycled a lot of. Kind of proud of that one. I did it just on every corner of the path, and then looped it. Yeah. And this one is actually an entry to 69th birthday collab. I think that's the first time I participated in a birthday collab. And I think the entry came out very well. Oh yeah, and Warhammer fan. Of course, Michael Rosen becomes a Warhammer fan because back at that moment I was getting into Warhammer.
Right, if you remember last time, I was chased by 3 Japanese girls. They probably wanted me dead. Do you know, people say to me,
Well, not probably. They said like, trying to eat, I'll cut him and I'll shoot him. You know, no, shooting doesn't seem to work on Michael very well.
if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale? Fair enough, and I'll tell you, it's because I ran and ran for a really long time, and they were forced to go home because we suspects are ha!
Kind of proud of that joke. You know? Just kept running and running and running, and there was us until there. Yeah.
Not long after, a few days later, what's it?
Yeah, and that's when I started using chroma keys from 256 Pi. I think, yeah, he made the presets for cutting out the gray background. Like you need to put 2 chroma keys to cut it out. Yeah, it's actually, this is a mistake because he was supposed to be actually sliding in there, but I guess I somehow accidentally cut it out. He was supposed to be like going into the shop.
Fantastic! Hundreds and hundreds of them. Feel a bit sick, actually. It was huge. It was taller than me. I became the Warhammer fan. What's the time? It's tea time.
Yeah, I only added this so he could say, after tea time, we played games.
After tea, I played games. You know, down or
Proceed.
I didn't finish the game. I only played like, I don't remember how many levels, but I didn't finish it.
kill them all.
I don't remember if I actually played this myself or I found the recording somewhere. Yeah.
Wake up, wake up! Roar is dead. I rushed over to the door and thrown.
Yeah, if you don't know like about Warhammer, that's the Emperor on the Golden Throne. They kind of keep him alive because his psychic energy acts as a beacon. on Earth or Terra.
It wasn't dead.
Yeah, put the motion tracked Star of Chaos on his forehead, and that for some reason made Michael's skin red. I don't know why, but that kind of works even better because it kind of looks more heretical.
I shall give you to the inn. We sit. Oh no, this is horrible.
Yeah, and he got taken away by the Inquisitor for some reason.
Hello!
Yeah,
Happy
real, I guess.
birthday,
The Warhammer is not real, but Inquisitors are real, I guess. Or maybe that's just like the guy ran away. And yeah, and of course, Root. Back then we didn't know that Root was actually created by 256 Spy. You know, it's funny. I like I said once when someone asked me when it just only became known that it's actually just an account made by 256 Spy. I said like she's like the Hatsune Miku of YTP. Like an artificial there's Vocaloids and she's Poopaloid. And I really like using her as a character because it only requires knowing Michael Rosen's lines for sentence mixing. I actually watched the entire anime that she's from, this irresponsible Admiral Taylor. Or Captain Taylor. I don't really like it. It's old and plot is weird and doesn't hold up.
Actually, I was in the middle of something.
Why don't we go to Holland for your birthday treat? We could spend all day there, Holland, looking at the windmills. It would be great.
My birthday is not the time for your windmills obsession.
That wasn't very nice.
That's when my brain starts doing things. You know, think.
Darwinia soundtrack. Darwinia is such a cool game. Like I once found the disc of it, put it in, and you know, when you launch it first time, it's so strange. It doesn't hold your hand, and it's so unique and strange. You know, like if you can play Darwinia, just do it. You know, maybe I should make a review. You know, I always like I like watching reviews. You know, stuff like I don't know, Video Game Nerd. You know, like more like Scott DeVos. You know, stuff like that. Cadicarus, yeah, he's decent too. You know, I wish often to make a review kind of like that, detail like that, but but I'm just not good enough. Maybe Darwinia would be the one that I could make a review about. Yeah, but it's like when I think about how difficult it would be, it's like need to write a script, need to record game footage, stuff like that, and I just don't know much that about history. Don't know if I could actually fix it. But man, Darwinia was really good. You know, when I played it, it included, you know, that was the first game I played that had like additional material inside the game case. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm not sure, is it actually made in? Don't remember. I don't know. Maybe where, because the disc actually looked very, very legit. You know, like it had the design on the, like if you watch my review of my video games, like it was all green painted with characters, and inside there was the pamphlet with promotion, with like information about the game, and on the game disc itself there was also like stuff to read, and I read it. I actually like became invested in the story, that like, oh, this connection, like the story is that like there's some professor guy who connected a lot of PCs together into a LAN, and in that LAN like an artificial intelligence kind of was just born, Darwinians, like an artificial world, you know, a programmable world with tiny little green like square people in there, you know, who live there. And he just started research, and then they kind of considered him his god for some reason. And you are like a hacker who joins, you know, breaks into this, and he lets you stay because there was also an attack of viruses, and you need to help to stop the viruses with like programs, but it's actually an RTS. An RTS in which you don't just look top down always, you fly around, and there's like you only can control your program commands, but you also can like control Darwinians, but not directly. You need to make a commander to make it the commander tell them to where to go. And yeah, I should maybe make a review someday. Somehow, someday. Yeah. But yeah, the joke here is that also that in Warhammer there are Eldar. If you don't know, they are like space elves, and they aren't very nice people. And the Dark Eldars are even worse. Yeah, that like depraved and degenerate. And since you know she's a space elf, I'm gonna kill her. Azalin from the anime itself. And dark. And like I switched to using like this gothic Warhammery. It's the font for like Michael is doing Yeah, that's all happening in his mind.
Michael, are you okay?
Die.
What?
Yeah. Bolter. Actually, I have a video. I made several bolters.
Okay, Holland trip is a horrible present, but
Actually, inaccurate because bolter doesn't have a recoil. It just launches rockets, that fly out.
Get out! Get out of here!
I can't get a moment's peace round here.
Michael is really crazy. That piece of paper. What is it?
Yeah, I should have kept it on screen for longer, I guess, because it doesn't. But yeah, Root likes pretty lights, Root likes windmills, so what better way to attract Root if to host a tell her that there's a pretty lights concert in a windmill. So onto my half-past plums. Not my joke. I remember it wasn't some YTP like, what's the time? Half-past plums. We're in a place far, far away. Of course, references, and it's in Root's font, I think. Maybe, I don't remember.
Nice.
Right.
Hey, where is windmill? Where is pretty lights? Ah! Why?
It's perfect trap, a box.
A box. Is that you, Michael?
A hip hop hap. I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen rap. Now,
Easy edit, but I'm proud of like trap.
it's time to kill the necessary.
And this is in red because it's like very violent. And yeah, Slayer, I kinda was a bit edgy back then, liked Slayer, some songs of Slayer, liked some metal and kinda heavy music like that. Now I'm into more prog rock. And now it's hurting.
It was then I noticed all kinds of people. They were watching me. They looked like they had never seen anything quite so horrible in all their life.
Now better mute this because this music gets copyrighted, I remember for sure. When I was uploading the YTP, it got copyrighted. Yeah. I was kind of lighthearted, like sent to asylum. A bit dark, but maybe I used the wrong word, asylum. Maybe I went like to therapy, English isn't my first, but I meant it like they just like, hey, Minecraft isn't real, and he's like, oh yeah, sorry, yes. Yeah. No, but this a scene of apology. I'm very proud of this. This scene is from Tony Hawk Pro Skaters Underground 2, a game that my cousin showed me like when I was very, very little. I couldn't even play it because it was too little. but then I tried to find it, like I didn't know which one. The funny thing about it, I knew I liked is that if you crash, like while doing one of the like skateboard stunts tricks, you know, if you fall, then you can like mash a button for anger, and then you will break your skateboard. Like I may like sometimes just kick it, sometimes like actually with your face, like psh, and anyone just like drives in from somewhere.
Sorry, dear. Sorry.
Grow toenails.
And this is I actually edited because in the original this wheelchair guy, he only kicks the player character in the leg, but I moved it a bit so it would be as if she like kicks him in his crotch. Oh. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Yeah, now I just switched to verse then 100 because it's too recognizable. Ah, yes, and of course I was reading Berserk back then. Even though I technically was too young to read Berserk. You know, I was like, what? See? Wait, it was 7 years ago? So that would make me... Oh no, 7. Wait, what? No, that can be... That was so. Well, in any case, yeah, at the time I still like Berserk. You know, it's full story. Shame the author died, but you know his assistants carry on his story. So yeah, here's
Once
some
a
Berserk.
boy-
Oh yeah, don't watch this if you don't know anything about Berserk because there's some spoilers.
Called Grief. He came to school and said, one day I will have my own kingdom. So he said, yeah, I bet you will. So he said, okay, playtime. So playtime. We all went onto the playground. He said, right, who wants to go? So Gas said, not me.
Yeah, I guess his hair is difficult to like. It's all spiky and stuff.
Not me. Come on, Gas. No. So this boy, Grief, he made Gas lie down on the ground and dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, it's just that's the audio from what happens. He like they are fighting and he like grabs his hand and like pushes him to the ground, like give up or I'll dislocate his shoulder. He's like, yeah, no, and he like does dislocate his shoulder. And he just puts it back in, but like, yeah, you win, okay.
Gas. Always knew you were a bit weak. You belong to me. Okay, then Grief, he took this out of his pocket. It was on the end of a string, and he said,
Yeah, that's
I sacrifice you.
That's a big spoiler.
I think that's enough. Spoilers.
That's a big spoiler. Ah, yes, this is the next one, like right next year, and this one is, I think, gotta be one of my best YTPs, best ever, because I have spent a lot time making this, like a lot, at least several months. This one I'm very proud of. Yeah, he's thinking very hard.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Hello. And thank you. I even forgot. It's my birthday.
Why don't we go to Holland for your birthday treat? We could spend all day there. Holland, looking at the windmills. It would be great.
Actually, that sounds really good. Do you have the plane tickets?
No,
Why?
it's because
This one is like also because I tried to make callbacks to all the previous Michael's adventures.
you will buy them
Why do I have to pay for my birthday treat?
because of what happened last time. Let's remind ourselves of a few things, shall we? If you remember last time, you became obsessed with some kind of game, tried to kill me, and I ended up in a wheelchair.
I'm quite proud of how this remembering looks, you know, like the how she retells and what appears on screen. I think I made it quite well, and of course had to include the crotch kick joke.
But nobody at all heard about what happened.
A bit weird since, you know, Michael got arrested and everyone saw it, and he like went to the therapy mental hospital. So weird how nobody heard about what happened, but you know, just had to get Root to blackmail him to fit the title.
So if you want it to stay that way, you will take me to Holland.
Okay, don't worry about it. You little blackmailing brat.
I don't know if it's actually audible, but he's meant to say, "You little blackmailing brat."
What did you say?
Nothing. And off we go. Maylene.
Maylene, of course, that's from Tohu and from Metal Gear Solid. I just always found it funny how she's mailing, but she's Mei-Ling, and decided to put it here since there was space for that.
Maylene. London Airport.
And here's, of course, like, I am proud of this scene. This has taken me a long time cutting out all of this. I remember sitting and listening to Pink Floyd Dogs of War, I think, like Pink Floyd albums, while cutting all of this out, all of this, them individually as well. But man, does it look good in the end, doesn't it? Oh, and actually, and also the music you hear in the background, I actually took like from the movie Under Siege Dark Territory. I found the music from the movie soundtrack and put it here. That's, if you watch the movie, this music should be the same music that plays in this scene. Like actually.
2 tickets to Holland, please.
Sorry, there are no planes to Holland right now.
Oh no, this is...
Yeah, put the sad awesome face on Root.
horrible!
But we do have a flying train. Will that do?
Oh, a flying train.
And I'm also proud of this edit because, like, in the original, Root actually looks, Root Azalin looks sad here, like, but I quite proud of how I made her look happy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
You say, what do you...
I have, I have 70th project and all the assets still saved somewhere. I think an external drive, something like that, just in case.
You think, Root?
Anything that can fly us to Holland is good.
Lip syncing, try.
Yes, that will do.
Actually, the one thing that you can see here is Michael is actually missing some part here. Because, like, actually this poem, he actually stands closer to the camera, so it cuts out here actually. So I just copied the color from his shirt and put it here to make it fit with the rest of the...
Yes, that will do.
Okay, I didn't know how to animate, but didn't figure out how to animate. But thinking back, I could just make it so tickets like and money could be good. But yeah, and here's the goes the call. They acknowledge that it's not like that she just works everywhere, but she actually moved from Japan to England, and because of Michael.
Have we met before? I think I saw you somewhere.
And your voice sounds familiar.
Well, it's just because it's the same way they sound, because it's high-pitched Michael.
I don't think it's possible, because not a long time ago, I was living in a county far
It's meant to be country.
away.
Oh, why did you move?
It's because I got fired after someone talked me into giving him ticket for free.
So yeah, Michael figured it out, but she hasn't figured it out yet, and she just like, you know, she just recounts that, but she didn't understand yet that it was him. So yeah, the idea is that, like, you know, since she gave a ticket for free to him, she got fired from her job at that airport, and she just couldn't find any job afterwards because, like, oh, she will give stuff for free to clients if you hire her. So she had to like abandon her life in Japan and move to England to finally get a job.
Yeah. That's right. We have not met before. Right. Okay, then we're off.
Maybe I should have shown them leaving actually, but yeah, she starts suspecting. Yeah.
There we all were, waiting for the train.
Thomas was very cross
Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh bridge.
because he'd been
Although I prefer the Polish version, it's more expensive.
turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
Polished up of the Yu-Gi-Oh bridge.
And
Let's
all
stop
the other
flying.
trains
Train, all
didn't
right.
want to talk to him.
Should have animated them walking in, maybe. But yes, of course, this is from Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, which I was playing on my DS. I was playing a lot of Nintendo DS. That's actually one of the things I really liked when I moved to Poland, because this YTP was made when I already moved to Poland. Previous ones were made back in Ukraine. But yeah, when I I was looking for Nintendo DS Lite. I really wanted myself one. I like looked it up online, and I just really liked this console. I wanted to own it, but it was nowhere in Ukraine. You know, I was in different cities sometimes, like on trips. I was like at shops, like, do you have the DS Lite? And like, this what? This light? What? Death Light? What are you talking about, kid? Yeah. And then I moved to Poland and bought myself a DS Lite almost right away. Actually, funny story. One guy actually on I was using 9GAG a lot back then in Ukraine, and I wrote to once like, man, I wish I had a DS Lite in the comments of some DS Lite post, and the guy like, oh yeah, I can send you one. Just write me your address. So I wrote my address, full address, and he's like, yeah, okay, I'll send it over. And yeah, he actually did send it over. It was like in the box, like even had like 9GAG logo drawn on it, and it had the DS and a few games, like DS Lite and a few games, and it also had a letter that said it was actually belonged to this guy's dead brother, and it was just kind of gathering dust in the attic. So he decided to give it away so it would be useful to someone. But unfortunate thing is that oh yeah, and he gave me a few games. There were, I think, Metroid Prime, Pokemon Dungeon, Advance Wars, Mario Kart, yeah. But this Nintendo DS, it did not have sound. For some reason, the sound didn't work. I think it works now, but I'm not sure. I just put it away. I actually quite sad about what happened. I tried to take it apart to fix the sound, because maybe something was disconnected there, but I couldn't, because there was like special screws that I couldn't unscrew, like the triangle screws. And then when I actually got the triangle screwdriver that I had to order far away from eBay and wait a long time, I couldn't, because the screw was destroyed by my previous attempts to unscrew it. And also when I was screwing the screws back, I messed up and mistook some screws and tried to screw in a bigger screw where a short one should go. So there's now like a tiny little bump on the Nintendo, like on the front of it. That it's tiny, but it's not. Yeah, it's sad. So yeah, and it's laying there now. It's kind of sad because it's now gathering dust with me. Stuff is rather, but like, yeah, I should give it away to someone somehow. Maybe to my sister. Yes. Yeah, but later when I moved to Poland, I have sold the games. I didn't want to sell the DS. Decided not to, you know. It would be too rude to receive like this from someone an heirloom, and yeah, and then just to sell it. But I did sell the games, and using the money for the games, I bought the Nintendo DS Lite that worked. Yeah. So and I played a lot of Nintendo DS games.
Not long after,
Windmill,
Yeah, that's just rude, annoying Michael.
windmill, 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 Holland, Holland, windmill, windmill, Holland, windmill, windmill.
do you want something to
Holland.
eat?
Yes.
Then go to this buffet.
Yes.
At last, please. And quiet.
Yeah, and here's the foreshadowing. You can actually see her flying. And this is something, I don't remember which one was first, this one or the, I think it was, yeah, the other Kill la Kill YTP where she flies like this. So I had this preset, pre-made of her flying. It's actually, I'm quite proud of how I did it, because I didn't render it. It's not a green screen. It's a Vegas file. If it's actually a very interesting trick. If you need to put like this kind of like animation, a puppet, you can make a separate Vegas project in which you animate it with like empty background. You know, it is a separate, this like all of this is a separate Vegas project where she just stands and the blade spins. And then that Vegas project is imported into this Vegas project and moved here as a video, and it doesn't have a background because that, but if I were to render it, then it would have black background. But if you import it as a Vegas project, then it doesn't have background. That's important. It's basically like an animated PNG. Since a video render cannot have a transparent background, unfortunately, yet. And it wouldn't.
Meanwhile,
Yes. Yeah. Dark territory. And yes, actually asked. I asked Ruth on Twitter, I think, or in YouTube comments, like, what if you were to, actually, maybe it was in my previous call up, because she is like, oh no, I'm a bit up. Oh no, probably maybe on you know, on Discord. So no, not on Discord. Discord didn't exist back then. Or did it exist? On Twitter somewhere. Like if you were in a buffet on a flying train, what food would you eat? She's like some ice cream. So of course, SpongeBob reference.
Hey, I was eating.
I can't get a moment's peace round here. So now I go and stop the terrorists. Hey!
Stop doing the green text. Well, I tried to use green text for like my own thoughts and my own saying, but just subtitles try to be black and white.
Hey! Weak lean. Catch!
This is a Russian joke. It just says garage for sale. It's a joke, is that like this would be just written everywhere as people trying to sell their garages. Actually, how bad Seagull's movie is, you can actually see it, like he's pointing to where to go, and later on there's actually a sped up, like they're fighting, then it's sped up as if he's moving fast. Don't worry, he survived. Don't worry, he survived. You know, I didn't want to like show murder. So,
It was then I noticed Root.
And yes, I mentioned it in the comments to Ruth, I think, yeah, because like this expression from the anime is actually taken from a moment where she thinks there's a bomb in front of her. Well, it's actually not a bomb. It's actually a VHS with bomb. Also weird how they have space travel but still use VHS. But yeah, there's a Captain Taylor's birthday, and the crew give him their treasured VHS with porn to watch, and they tell him not let anything happen to it. In the end, he actually breaks it, or they will be angry. But she wonders what it is, and he just tells her that it's a bomb, secret bomb that could destroy all of the ship. So to not touch it, and she gets scared like with his face. So it's a grenade, but it's very appropriate. If you know the anime.
It's you and me, or me and her.
Quite proud that I actually did cut out the
Me and her.
even the magazine falling out. I did follow.
Listen right here. You just messed up my birthday, so now I'm absolutely furious. So remember.
Yeah, my dad introduced me to Nazaret back then, and I still like Nazaret. And this is mostly, actually looking back, it's not that impressive. It's just a bunch of masks put on.
Rush downstairs.
This is a bit funny, and this like. It's stuck.
What are you hoping to do with this little knife?
Yeah, this is just like mocking him.
I can stop a blade 10 times bigger.
Yeah, because rules of nature in the very first Michael Rosen meets some anime characters.
This one.
Yeah, here it is the moment that's sped up. It's so funny. Seagull, блин, idiot. Yeah, and actually, like, he breaks his neck in the movie, but here I kinda didn't want to do like murder, so he just beats him up. It beats him up and throws him.
Nobody at all. It's me in the kitchen.
That's what he says in the movie, actually. And yes.
Never mind,
Ruth
dear.
getting
I
traumatized.
don't suppose you'll ask for one of those again, will you? Come on, Ruth. Say, I don't suppose I will.
I don't remember if I made Ruth like sad or happy instead, because I remember I only had one expression with this pose, which was either sad or happy, and I had to make the other one, but I don't remember which one was it. Quite nice masking, I must say, and I'm good.
Can you hear me? Oh, you've gone all quiet.
Oh yeah, I had to cut out the music. There was like music. Oh, and the voices got cut out as well. That's sad because like I tried to put Holland music in here, so but here Michael says like best birthday ever, and Ruth suddenly answers, I don't suppose I will. Yeah, I think I made sad Ruth after all, because I had to turn the mouse upside down. I don't suppose I will. She finally answers the question that he asked all the way back because she's traumatized. So she took a long time, and you're like, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, sure, yeah. Complex postmatics. First, my God, I was able to have a peaceful birthday. Kinda dark comedy at Ruth's expense. And this is to cut off prevention. I just really like this. It's good. No skipping like that, yeah. put it in to make it 7 minutes exactly. And this is, I skipped one year, I think. And this is 71st. Yeah, because the last one was, oh no, I didn't skip a year. No, I did 79s, I did 70s and 71st and 72. Well, let's talk about that later. This is also a good one. Quite a good one, I guess. Like if I had to pick the previous one and this one, like the best blood-based Michael wasn't YTPs, because I have some just random Michael wasn't YTPs. And they're looking for Root, expecting her to show up. Now, Plum's Joker made an analysis of this video. Maybe I'll address a few points he made here.
Strange. I thought Root will show up again, just like she did last time. Has Father Christmas
because she showed up the last
forgot
two
me?
times.
I mean,
like in all of my entries, I guess she showed up. So
Root.
Yeah.
Boom.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Hello, Root. Are you not going to show up for my birthday?
No,
Why?
because of what happened last time. Let's remind ourselves of a few things, shall we?
And yeah, you know what Michael, what Plum's Joker said, like, yeah, it should do a flashback, but here it's the joke is that she is too traumatized to recall. So it's like a bait and switch, or I don't know, like, oh, you expect that flashback, but actually let's not remind ourselves because she got traumatized and she doesn't want to remember.
Actually, let's not. I'm still recovering from what.
By the way, I really like these kind of sound lines or just action lines, or like someone notices something and it's like pew, you know, or like when someone looks and it's like lines like tick 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 tick. This kind of cartoony things, I really like that in cartoons.
Yeah.
Never mind, dear. Don't worry about it. Get well soon.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Nice of
again.
him to wish
Thank you,
again.
Root. Kaboom. Now, what shall I do for my birthday treat? I know, maybe I will buy one of those Nintendo Switches, you know.
Yeah, of course, everyone did because that's when it was released. But I'm quite proud of this.
It'll be great. I was really looking forward to it. When I got there, I found out that there was no Switches left. No Switches at all in the UK. Yeah, and I cried. Well, actually, I didn't.
Sorry to interrupt.
What?
Yeah, of course, and I asked Sonic HiXD to make this. Also very funny, where like Sonic HiXD made one like end of the year video, thanking people, friends, and it's like thanks me for inspiring him to watch Kill la Kill, and I'm like, that wasn't supposed to happen. But yeah, I had the opposite effect and accidentally made Sonic HiXD watch Kill la Kill. But hey, thanks to that, he was able. I asked him for help, and he did. Where is he, by the way? I don't think he made. Wait a second, there's someone touching that girl's ass. Yeah, that guy is touching her ass. Right. Kill la Kill, of course.
What is it now?
I've been looking all over the place for you.
Yeah, and it's like supposed to be that she found him in England. I probably should have animated better, like to show that she's actually near him and not just
Oh
these
no,
places.
not you again. See the skull? Surely not.
I'm Ryuko Mato.
And yeah, now she
Nice to
speaks
meet
English,
you.
so they can have a conversation and introduce themselves before he called her Caesar's girl. Now he knows her name.
Michael Rosen.
Come forward.
Stop right there. If you remember last time, you started it. You started yelling at me and swinging that blade of yours because I said that your outfit is shameless. Mind you, where did you even get that awful thing?
I got it from my father.
Yeah, this is so shocked he became older for a moment, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, is your father in? I'd like a word with him, but her father is dead.
Is your father in? I want a word with him.
Father.
So yeah, she's sad about her father dying, but you know, Michael is a nice guy. He's understanding, so he's like, hey,
Never mind, dear. I can see that it is a painful topic for you.
painful topic. He said.
What the hell? You're not too bad.
So they like became friends kind of for a moment there. But then this one shows up. I think her name is Sakamoto. She's a character from a very awful anime about flying little girls fighting aliens, which doesn't sound bad, except that it's set in a world where women don't wear pants. Well, old women for some reason wear pants. Like her grandma, like this main character's grandma, wears pants, but everyone else doesn't wear pants. And most of female characters are very small, like children, and they don't wear pants, and they are flying around, and the camera really aims from below at them. That's it's very unservicey in the worst way, but there is the reason I know this, it's because there is a Polish abridged parody of it. The original is called Strike Witches, and this parody is called Strike Bitches. Yes, and there's also the joke that this main heroine, she's looking for her father, who is actually dead, and so this girl who like came and like, hey, join our military, start flying around fighting aliens, then you might find your father. It's like, oh, I'll be able to find my father, and it's a running gag in the parody, and she just like, yeah, right. And she's like, your father is dead. Well, like in this, she said, Happy Father's Day.
Szczęśliwego dnia ojca!
Yeah, Happy Father's Day. Yeah, that's sort of. Yeah, I put Chris Hansen pants on her, I guess, because like she's actually only wearing her underwear in this one, which is not good. Imagine, like she doesn't look very mature. And Proud Brothers like noticing that she's that way.
No need to have a riot. Shut your eyes. Take a deep breath. Stop it. Look, right, that's it.
You know, he tried to calm her down, which just didn't work. Also, I don't know what happens in that scene because I only watched like 5 or 6 episodes and stopped. And yeah, I didn't want to animate the entire battle, but he did win. Also, fun fact, here she actually appears only in her underwear. At least underwear, at least not naked. Later on, everyone becomes naked. And I just like took a picture of this uniform alone, kind of like stretched it, and then manually drew the sleeves. Quite proud of how that turned out.
Hard luck, you. Always knew you were a bit weak. Wake up, wake up! Oh no, she's dead.
She isn't dead.
Yeah, Sin City, because this YTP was already made in Poland too, and what I really liked in Poland, because I was studying back then, studies that I failed unfortunately, but there was a library, yes, and that library had a section of foreign literature, English one, and also it had a section of comic books, and there was Sin City comics. For real, like several issues in a university library, Sin City comics. Yeah, so I read them, then watched the movie and stuff. So I had found that source to put it in.
You'd have to check her pulse to notice those perfect breasts of hers, aren't
These jokes.
Thank you, Mervyn.
I don't know. I just had to somehow connect Mervyn, and I don't know. Maybe it's not very nice. Like I don't think Mervyn would call a 16-year-old girl's breasts perfect. I don't know. But you know, I had to put him in to like get angry at Michael for attacking Ryuko.
That's enough.
And Mervyn, because his name is Marv, but like I assume that's short for Marvin.
Glad she's not dead. But do you really think her breasts are perfect?
It really gets my goat when guys rough up dames.
She started it, I didn't. She started it.
It was you bastard.
Ow!
Really proud of this one. This, like, just when he turns his head right at the moment of a punch.
Ow!
And yeah, Plans Joker did really, but it says like he hit him so hard he got all the
Hurt! I didn't hurt you! But now I will. Rolled up comic.
This is from a Russian Soviet movie. Good comedy. Operation A and Other Adventures of Shurik. It's actually on YouTube with subtitles. I highly recommend it. A very good, funny movie. There's a one moment that could be considered offensive right now, but by Western, but you know when you'll see it. Still funny. And yeah, like Michael's weapon of choice is a rolled up comic in my piece.
Hard luck, Mervyn.
Just replace the sledgehammer with the...
Always knew you were a bit weak. It was then I noticed I beat up 2 people senseless. Oh no! What am I going to do? I know. Mervyn will be okay on his own. Meanwhile, I will take you to Japan and I will buy one of those Nintendo Switches. But first of all...
yeah. And actually, Plums Joker later realized, kinda like, oh, don't bother my friend, he's that tired. But this hat, it's actually from this moment in Commando. Like, let me actually prove it.
Shortly after that, we'll be showing our feature film.
Like, see this hat? That's the one, just mirrored. Yeah. So that's why it's there.
Okay, then we're off.
Although she's not dead, she's just unconscious.
London Airport. 2 tickets to Japan, please.
Again, the same music and the same place and the same.
Okay. Is she alright?
She's Japanese, so she's not very talkative.
It's supposed to be Daijobu Desuka, which is like polite way of like, are you okay? I think in Japanese, but that's what it's supposed to be.
She's deaf. I mean, mute.
Deaf or mute. It also can be considered a reference to another Soviet comedy, Diamond Hand, where there's like this guy meets a kind of dangerous looking guy, like a chain on his like skull chain on his neck, you know, like glasses with a cigarette, and he's like, "Hey pops, you got a light?" And he's like, "What are you, deaf mute?" "Yes." Okay.
Really?
What's that? Behind you.
What?
Yeah, I should have animated Michael and Ruth leaving like this as well for the train. But probably this joke is kind of funny, just flat turn around.
That was a close one.
Yeah, I just didn't want to animate a different ticket seller, you know, they just get it from different. Or all the way to Japan, I didn't want to animate that as well. Yeah. He just like dumped her
And then
there.
suddenly, I remembered this funny little rhyme.
Dr. Hotel Mario reference, of course.
People said, find a bit I pushed Mark's out of ice cream truck.
So yeah, he pushed Mark out of ice cream truck. By here, he pushed Ryuko Matoi out of a tram cart.
But now it's Ryuko Matoi and no ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Now, I will get my birthday treat. Can I have a switch?
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then we went home. Not long.
Right. Something blinked there? Did I put something there?
Can I have a switch? wonderful. And then we went.
I forgot I put that there.
We went home.
Oh, my logo is
Not
gone.
long after.
Yeah, it's like it's oh no, it's in Japanese, so he can play it.
I know.
And then very quiet, but it's supposed to be the same game, but in English, and it's like it's so emulated on
Pete C. It's called
That is a Sheikah slate.
Semu.
Semu VU emulator, which you can use to play Breath of the Wild on PC.
Pete
PC Master Race.
C. Master Race.
It's very funny this. And this is the final entry. That's for the 72nd collab, which did not get accepted, as it should not. It should not have, because it is really... I should have tried to make it long, but instead of making it, I procrastinated. You know, I had months to make it. I started like making it and just like made the beginning like and then until the very end didn't start making it. So it's not very good. It's kind of slow, like just mostly reference and jokes, and it was done right that it was not accepted into the collab. Yeah, late evening. It's like supposed to be. Although I am proud of him like taking off his hat. Though I think I kind of got it from someone else where he like takes off the hat like that.
Fantastic birthday party I just had with all my friends just now, and it was such a fantastic.
Yeah, I tried to make that the running joke in this YTP, just Michael Rosen calling his birthday party fantastic birthday
Party that I'm very.
This is a reference to one Russian YTP, a classical one from the YouTuber called Multiprogram, which is one of my like YTP icons, you know, and where a character uses this this like a list of adjectives, I guess, is to describe his manhood. Like, take me for example, you are small. Take me for example, I got interesting, fun, mathematical, prepared, like fun, like, and like keeps listing adjectives. So I tried to remake this, and actually there was another Russian YouTuber, Thomas Blue. Yeah, he made a reaction for me for my YTPs, and like he actually understood the reference.
Absolutely, greatly, really, deeply, profoundly, truly.
Actually, let me try to find it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here's the moment I'm referencing.
Меня, Стёпа, ты знаешь, говорят, интересный, потрясающий, серьезный, научный, праздничный, потечный, частный, полный, отличный, нужный, приятный, смешной, новый, сильный, математически подготовленный, новогодний, прекрасный, хуй.
Yeah, it's like 16 adjectives, so...
Thanks. Very absolutely, greatly, really, deeply, profoundly, truly, extremely, highly, no.
I had to like open a dictionary and look at the synonymous words to very.
Outstandingly, prominently,
Mentally. Takes a break to breathe.
remarkably, exceedingly, exceptionally, excessively, extraordinarily, hugely, sorry, for all the people that were not present at my fantastic birthday party, and nobody at all made any videos or photos at my fantastic birthday party. So now all the
So yeah, the party happened with Root. It's like nobody, but everyone missed it.
people that were not present at my fantastic birthday party will never know how fantastic my fantastic birthday party was. So sad. What's that? It's a box. What's in it?
Yeah, this
It's
is
a
also
CD.
a running
It
joke
said
of him receiving things.
school prison.
Yeah, it's another anime. Like it's very awful. It's very awful. Even awful. I met one woman who said that she considers female characters in School Prison better than in the Berserk.
Maybe it's a kind of little movie about what happened at school. No breathing. Drive. So now but then I remembered I don't have a CD drive. So now I won't be able to watch it. So sad.
Yeah. So here is this
external CD drive.
CD drive.
Great. Really great. But then I remembered all my USB ports are already in use. So now I won't be able to watch the CD. So sad.
So
What's
then
in it?
someone leaves him a USB hub.
It's a USB hub. Great. Really great.
So is this? If I already received a CD drive and a USB hub just by asking, then maybe I'll get a new PC.
But then I remembered my computer started getting really slow. So now
Starting getting really slow. Yeah, I tried to find it for reference, but couldn't find anything of Rog actually saying my computer's starting to get really slow. But yeah, Rog and Tyrone just debating about anime and Persona games as well.
So now I won't be able to watch the CD. So sad. Yes, here we go again.
Like, yeah, he...
Nothing. Oh, was that piece of paper there before? It says, don't push it, Michael. All right. So now I go and watch the CD.
Yeah.
I wonder who put that there.
It was me. This is payback for getting me fired.
No, I kind of tried to make her angry.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I'm very sorry. But, and this is a big but, you must understand that it was a matter of life and death.
Yeah, I bet it was.
But
when he was running away from those girls.
it really was. I'm not telling any fibs.
Okay, I will forgive you.
I'm really glad. Thank you.
Resolves itself.
How did you get in my house?
You forgot to shut the door.
Actually tried to the sound of him closing the door, not only opening but not closing when he picks up that.
Yeah.
All these times.
To watch the CD. So sad. What's that? It's a box. What's in it? It's a USB hub.
And closes to come back. But here.
Oh, was that piece of paper there before? It says, don't push it, Michael. All right.
Like he doesn't close the door.
Of life. And I'm really glad. Thank you.
Okay, I will.
How did you get in my house?
You forgot to shut the door.
Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah.
Well, happy birthday, I suppose.
Yeah, really. It didn't get accepted into the collab and it shouldn't be. Yeah, and that goes the Michael Rosen storyline, but I made some random why can't I only see in reactions? Not my YTPs. Okay, okay, there it is. Michael Rosen. Skulls. And oh yeah. I don't remember which one was made first, but here's like short ones, random ones that I made. First one is Michael Rosen visits some Japanese schools, and like on the blackboard it's supposed to actually say Michael Rosen from Google Translate. So he's teaching, just visiting Japanese schools.
Great ways to start work on other art forms. Pottery, painting, dance, drama, music, film. They're great platforms for... Hey, what are you doing? What's the time?
9:30.
Correct. Now, do we have lunch at 9:30 at school? No, we don't. No, we don't. I will string you upside down to make blood go to your head, hoping that will make you smart enough to have lunch at lunchtime.
And yeah, I like actually made it so her face gets redder from blood going to her head. Hopefully that will teach her to have lunch at proper lunchtime. And yeah, I went to another school he was invited to.
Now,
the school in Azumanta.
Perhaps children in this school know how to behave. Hello!
Not everyone is eating lunch at lunchtime. Nah, disappointment. And another one, conversations with children of ages from 1 to 10. Very clever, I think.
Conversations with children of ages from 1 to 10. 1-year-old.
Let's just get this quite clear. You're intending to
swim
the English Channel.
Yeah, Monty Python.
2-year-old. Do you want something to eat?
Yes.
Do you want an apple?
No.
Maybe should have used an image of a 2-year-old.
What do you want then?
Soapy flannel.
3-year-old.
What
are you doing?
Getting thinner.
I probably should have cut out the background. Then it would look better.
4-year-old. Do you want something to eat?
Yes.
Do you want some puffed wheat?
No.
What do you want then?
Dog's dinner.
5-year-old. What are you doing?
Playing drums in a band.
Something to eat?
Yes.
Do you want a bag of plums?
Yes.
7-year-old.
It was. Oh, my sister. She's...
No, it's Ace Attorney jail. He's in jail because he robbed the bank with his sister and putting the blame on her.
started it.
8-year-old. Right. Who wants to be Prime Minister?
Me.
Anyone else?
No.
Okay then. 9-year-old.
No. Schools.
But you can't. We need schools.
I don't care.
Closed all the
10-year-old.
schools.
Who are you?
Queen.
Yeah, graduator for Queen of the Dead Goldfish.
Look dead. Goldfish.
No. Think again.
King of the Fools.
Good. You're right. Quite right. But, and this is a big but, we know that, you fool.
Yeah, cut off prevention. Yeah, that's, I think, all I made of Michael. You know, I'll include kill YTPs since I'm already here. Yeah, I called this Poop La Poop. Yeah, made 2 of them. First one is Poop La Poop, big in human clothing. Sus. Whoever says it goes.
How many times I gotta tell you?
Yeah, because it's the same voice actress. Yeah, and Squid Girl was kind of funny. No, how do I setting? But not very fun in the end. Kind of fun service. Yeah, disliked it. Manga is better anyway. But even the manga is like.
Get people down and get your fanny to school. You got a death wish or something?
This is a bucket. It contains
Dying
the
wishes.
dying wish of every man here. Let's begin. Our first dying wish is Mataros.
Yeah, that's the name of that boy.
Drawn a picture of Ryuko.
Yeah, no, Johanegel or something like that. That's the joke.
For institutionalized learning. I'm gonna be a
poor mask in there.
Something tells me I'm gonna find some answers here.
Would you believe?
Oh yeah, it's man, I forgot who it is, but it's another YouTuber who I stole this joke from. Well, I don't consider it stealing jokes, more like references, you know.
Leave it!
I was hoping you'd prove to be more amusing, but you have no idea how to properly wield your weapon.
It hurts to bathe in the blood of your enemy.
Just like metal.
But you hold it back.
No. My sword is a tool of justice.
More! I need more!
Who's there?
More! I need more! More!
Quite proud of drawing these crabs. Well, I didn't draw. I like put bucket tool. And, well, did creating this. Did some editing to create this.
Ta-da! Hey, it's a shrimp.
I like shrimp. Give us some mother.
Smosh playing movie star. Of course, because we girl likes shrimps.
Shrimp. I like shrimp. Yeah, I like mother shrimp. Give us some shrimp.
After years of bitter struggle,
This one is
on the mode, have created the
just me
ultimate
mocking.
design. But alas, I cannot find a single mortal with a neck long enough. Where will I find that swan-like neck?
Pardon, monsieur. I have great news. Look at this.
Mon Dieu, it is perfection.
Pigs in human
Pigs in human clothing. Yeah,
clothing!
This thing. The other one is here.
Knock, knock.
This one is kind of better.
Who's there?
Ryuko's has a spinning accident.
I am
I like this. Do it again. The joke. This is a Russian meme of a guy jumping off a building. Well, it's like extreme sport, and like thrill seeking, whatever. Not like without any support. I'm very proud of how it cuts out and continues, like actually chronologically. I like his spin right on jokes too much, I think. This is like he just spins him and puts him back.
Whoopsie.
What do you want in my house? For some reason. Oh yeah, it's from Parasite. Quite a scary character. But also Parasite is a very good manga. First manga I read. The anime is not very good. I read the manga. And she's like very intimidating. It's scary. It's Ventura. Вид. Yeah, the scary rabbit from the... Ну, погоди. I never actually found it scary. I found it cool. Wanted to own one. I think it's found it scary, but like I found it cool because it's a robot.
You think this is funny?
Yeah, just some stuttering with pitch shifting.
Fear is freedom! Subject.
Yeah, this joke is kind of stupid.
Contradiction is contradiction!
To the invisible!
Wow, you're funny.
Yeah, I like reversing.
That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Sass. I lost my way.
Don't
Yeah, it's sketchbook anime. It's decent, but the manga is better than the others. Just wanted to put in that cat.
lose your way. I'm afraid.
From The Fly. I don't know how I put that in from the trailer of The Fly, even though I didn't see The Fly.
No, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Luigi. Yeah, that does look cute. Yeah.
My father said.
Oh yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, that's the guy who I know, thanks to whom I know about Hyper Japan Fest. Used to watch him a lot back when he made videos.
Flag rollers, really spin those things. Flag rollers, let's go. I want to see some spinning. Flag twirlers, let's move. Come on, move!
And yeah, that's where I made it, and then used it in the Michael Rosen gets blackmailed into going to Holland. And actually proud how I'm not very good at writing PMVs, but I think that came out pretty decent, like don't lose your way and stuff.
He's got a picture labeled me.
Yeah.
Now, there's so many things wrong with this, I don't even know where to begin.
Oh yeah, this music that's playing is like musically my favorite part in the song, but visually it's quite inappropriate, you know, like piercings and
Can't forget the flying eggplants.
Now,
yes.
a bit of advice for you. If you have
so
not
young
seen
back then.
that thing, the last thing about the eggplants. If you do not know where does this come from, don't look it up. Don't search for it. Just remember this funny little scene about a girl running away from flying eggplants. That is all. Don't. Just like you maybe not like you, I saw this scene in a YTP. And I thought it was funny and cute. And I searched for it. And I saw the full scene. And I was really disappointed. As if I was backstabbed. Don't. Just remember this one little funny scene. Just do it. Don't look it up.
Yeah, I still stand by that, because that scene is yeah, the eggplants were suggestive, to say the least, and the characters don't look very mature. To show some, since mentioned me, there is also, and Michael has been meeting characters, and there's maybe I should the Jontron meets some anime characters, and yeah, and first there was Mimimi is being watched by Jontron. It's actually like it's just mostly Mimimi mixed by Jontron, so it's Mimimi being watched by Jontron, not Jontron watching Mimimi. So yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, okay.
You doing alright there?
Very proud of the masking. Like this gotta be my most visually impressive YTP, because it required a lot of masking and just visual effects. Don't think. I replaced the gun with AK-47. Sci-fi gun. Don't think. Not mine. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, it's like those lines symbolize underwear, because blue and white, like I said, from K-On.
Oh no, that can't be good. A musical change like that can only mean one thing. I gotta get out of here. I ain't gonna be the first to die, I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah, that quite inappropriate.
Oh, and that was just inappropriate.
Yeah, I used that guy, but censorship.
Get your hand off me, woman! Get your hand off me, woman!
Even though, like, in the song he says, get your hands off my woman, but here it fits enough.
I knew it! She was the iceberg all along!
It was me all along!
This is actually, this is that Halach meme is, this puke joke is the reason I made this entire video. I thought like, if I mix that with me, that would be very funny. So I did. That's what started this entire video. Like me.
Disgusting!
That's it? That's all it is?
I tried to make that a running joke of just turn into blackness without anything there. I wonder what it should have fixed this. Yeah, and like as you can kind of proud of this. Like see this logo here. Yeah, it moves here, and then it goes the other way around.
And all of a sudden, the Japanese girl, she starts rapping, all set against an acid trip. Well, listen.
Yeah, that's the singer of the
rhyming lady who can play at this game.
Yeah. This took a while to animate, and this background took a while to download because it was like 10 hours. You know, why am I watching this in 720? I rented this in 720. What? I don't believe it. Oh, to be fair, I had a laptop that wasn't even 1080 definition, so you know it was 1366, something like something like in between something. Yeah, kind of proud of this moment, like.
I'll get out of here. I'll go if I'm disturbing. I mean, I have to take a hit.
Especially like she's reaching out to him and like, look, something behind me?
Someone behind me?
Gosh, the sound effects and a tragic moment.
It's got that one staring, unblinking eye that reminds you that this creature lives in never-ending, ceaseless agony.
Yeah, the sound effects from Victor, it's supposed to be, see, it's censored her butt with a shot of Max Sabine saying butt. And yeah, that's Victor Puza. It's kinda should have sped up this because it's just nothing happening.
Huh, it's pitch black again.
I gotta get out of here!
Somehow made it better. Like when I speed things up, the sound kind of becomes quieter. I don't know how to fix that. And yeah, like actually used flashbacks from my YTP instead, like in like try to match it, but like here's the puke in the iceberg. The subliminal messages. This is as you can see, that's stolen from green fodder. Good YouTube pooper.
I can still hear the scream!
Because it actually cuts to a school that like, oh, stop, yeah, why are you being noisy under my windows, you know, like, and then they invade his bathroom stuff. Yeah, that's just like silly.
In your face! I think I just got flashbang!
Fool me once, I'm mad.
Fool me once, I'm mad. Fool me twice, how could you? Fool me 3 times, you're officially that guy, okay? You know the one. You go to the bar, he's like, it's pitch black again.
Where is anything? Where? Boy, I'm glad all that's over.
Meanwhile...
Quite proud of this. This took a bit of time to master all of this.
I don't even know what to put here. Do you have any idea? Any idea how hard it was?
Yeah, the shot.
To make this thing. I'm gonna end it.
Видеть мой глаз.
Obsessed. Yeah. Yeah, and there's also John meets some anime characters, just like Michael did.
It's October.
Fist!
Lay it on me. I'm ready. Get out the Franken.
Yeah, that manga is quite scary. I didn't even finish all of it. I just like read a few chapters here and there, and scary.
Frank. Ah, the memories with this one. I still have nightmares.
Snake! Solid. Get out the Draculas.
Yeah, Dracula with the gun. I don't like Helsing, but I like Helsing Ultimate Average. Helsing itself, it's stupid.
Gun in their hands. Wait, hold on a sec.
Maybe scratch that last one. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
Oh no,
Richard.
I was too late.
Resident Evil.
Maybe I should have ran.
What even?
Yeah, because if you're not fast enough, Richard dies.
Oh, I live by myself, thanks. I don't have parents anymore. Dad!
And what's he using as a weapon exactly? That's hedge clippers.
From Augie and the Cockroaches, but I found it in a very, very horrible quality, like didn't even mask it properly.
Deep down.
In my heart.
I don't know, that's from Soma. I just put it there because I think Soma is a cool game.
Hi, this is Ollie from...
That's actually the review of the video camera that I have. I watched it to decide if I should buy it or not. Because I previously I had a cheaper camera, so I sold it and bought this one. And nowadays I'm not convinced if it was a good buy or not. Like, I mean, like, you see all this in the darker parts, like the microphone, or like over here, you see all this fuzziness going on. I really don't like that. Wish I had a good camera so like all this fuzziness wouldn't be there, but that costs money, which I don't have right now. Yeah, but hey, I got monetized, and yeah, gotta keep making videos so people keep watching my videos, please, and disable ad block for me, and you're gonna be helping me and my family. But like, you won't have to give me money, but I will receive money if you just watch it without with the ads on. At least some videos, because some are just ads for the copyright owners. Then I'll be able to switch full time to making videos.
After Visor, instead we're going to be looking at the six.
So I decided to YouTube this.
Comes with included bat, and might like that one. We get the cable.
Yeah, maybe he's not British, but like sentence making these accents.
One, we get the cable.
Really?
Comes with included bat, and might like that one. We get the cable. We get the cable. We get the cable. We also get the cable.
Sauce. Yep, that's sauce. That's sauce. It's sauce. It's sauce.
None of the sauce.
That's an ultimate abridged.
Now you listen here. You're starting to judge my lifestyle. I don't need that.
Huh?
Out of this house! Out of this house!
I'll get my sword.
Yeah, like goes far away to get his sword.
Decapitation!
Decapitations and barbarism.
work's done here. I'm gonna go get a goddamn glass of bootleg milk, calm my goddamn bootleg nerves.
Pitch your line!
That's a cat boy.
Nazi cat boy. I did not factor in the regeneration ability. This'll kill him.
Hey kids, want to see a dead
Because like that's what happens here.
body?
Can a guy get some privacy? Dead Nazi cat boy. Dracula's worst friend.
Always knew you were a bit weak.
Wait, is this? Oh yeah, this is a remade version, but because it had more bonuses, that one that's funny.
Integra.
It's funny movie. Hello, I'm around. You can find it on YouTube with subtitles. It's like about a guy pretending to be a rich woman. It's like, what do you want, sir? What? You don't call me a sir?
Назвать даму сэр!
Mr. Clean, Mr.
From a parody where Mr. Clean goes after her, like, you know, Alma and the Ring scream.
Большая.
Yeah, whew. Well, yeah, I think that's enough time praising myself for 2 hours. Someone's curious about this, but hey, at least Pizza Pie Overlord and Tuki Duki, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I should probably go make some reactions that people have asked for a long time ago already.